Sick. He's like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. He wants to play games on his phone. I don't want to
He's
talk to
got his
Uncle
Switch.
Ryan.
Yeah, I brought his Switch with him. Figured out I'll keep him busy.
Let's see. Yeah, most likely, Jay. I don't probably won't be trading, but um, I'll hang out today. I got nothing going on. Let me just finish getting everything set up here. Hold on, Jay. I'm just getting everything opened up. 1 second. You're ready. You are ready to go. This is like this like this guy. What are the levels? Give me the levels. uh okay, let's take a look.
666, 64.
Let's take a look. This is going. Is my microphone on? I recorded the pre-market live stream yesterday and I didn't have my microphone selected correctly. Pissed me off. But I think I fixed it now. All right.
Where's Friday's highs?
Well, let's start here. Let me share my screen.
Oh, yeah, 660.
Major demand. I'm going to say 666.13. We have an empty pocket below that if they decide to do it today. My first supply is going to be 666.90s. We have a little bit of sloping resistance from pre-market, but I don't trust it. From yesterday's highs to pre-market this morning at 4:30. It's going to be very hard for me to trust supply today. I'm just going to say that right now. I know I probably sound like a broken record, but you guys saw a perfect example yesterday when we were $1 away from all-time highs and they went vacuum mode, empty pocket up. So we have Trump and Powell speaking today. If we take out this empty pocket below, Jay, I'm looking at this break of structure where we broke out of yesterday at 12 o'clock here. This will be the first bounce zone, 665.30s. And then if they really royal flush it, they can go south today pretty fast if they want to trap. But first line of defense is going to be 666.13. Let's take a look at the Qs. Same thing on the Qs. I'm going to be watching 601.77 on the Qs. Move this out of the way. Supply 602.61. A little bit of sloping resistance on the Qs also. Just from pre-market. Sloping resistance pre-market QQQ. Actually, look like they already tried to poke through it. Trump is, I believe he's before Powell today. Trump. So first things first, we have PMI at 9:45. And then 9:50, Trump is speaking. 10 o'clock, we have manufacturing index. 12:35, Powell speaking. Today's going to be a disgusting mess with premiums. Just a fair warning. They're probably going to be completely elevated, and IV is going to be super high on them. Also, at something else here. Apple, Nvidia, AMD, Tesla. Tech's mixed bullish on tech. I think Norville might have posted. Norville posted here for you guys that want the news today. But I don't know if that's updated with the Trump. Yeah, it is. Copy message link. I am not sure, Jay. I'm pretty sure he closed. I'm pretty sure he closed yesterday. His swings, his puts. Are you still
Yeah, he
in?
did. He closed them in the morning.
Are you in them? Your inputs? Yikes. Hey man, that's up to you, buddy. I won't swing near all-time highs. I won't swing, period. If I swing, it's gonna be one of those golden setups, and that's very rare for me to swing. And typically my swings are gonna be on VIX, not on SPY. And they'll be pretty far out on expiration. I'm probably going to record another masterclass this week, just going over my levels and supply and demand and what I look for on the 1 minute intraday on 1 minute. Would you guys want that, or would you want something else? Good morning, June.
No new evidence that suggests this is a problem that really.
Good morning.
Good morning. Somebody's mic's on.
I think better.
Finrise, welcome. Your mic's on, buddy. In the bottom left corner, there's a little mute button. You can hit the mute button.
Okay.
Feel free to ask questions, talk. That's what we're here for. Of course, A-Team. You want that for levels? I can do that this week. I feel like I owe you guys. Last week I was traveling. I really feel like I wasn't on a lot. Dimitri held it down. Jay, you're on one today, man. I love it. You guys got any questions before we get started? The main thing I'm looking at right now is 666.13. If we take that out, it's empty pocket below. I would probably wait for them to confirmation, like break through it, retest, and of course, A-Team. I would wait for confirmation, break, retest for bearish confirmation today because of the amount of news that we have. There's most likely going to be fake outs this morning because IV is going to be high. So same day contracts, you're going to see inflated IV most likely until after Powell speaks. Somebody better come on and start talking to me today. I don't want to talk to myself all day. Appreciate that, A-Team. Or Mr. Matt. DXY. I can look at DXY right now. Hold on one second. DXY. Could you guys see my screen? Is it working? Should be. DXY. DXY. This is bounce on DXY, where we're at. Are you, what's going on with DXY, Mark? Why are you so interested in it? I don't really pay attention to DXY when I'm trading S&P. Maybe for like an overall macro perspective, yeah, but for intraday, VIX is going to be a much better indicator for you. VIX, QQQ, SPY. That's the bread and butter. I really hope we start retracing today, but man, let's take a look at Max Pain. What's Max Pain? Chart exchange. Max Pain is 661. Calls, there's barely any calls in the money, and there's a lot of puts out the money, so I don't really see the need for them to fucking rug this thing down today. There's more bag holders on the south side. That's just looking at this data. There's a lot more people holding on to their puts. There's barely any puts in the money, but there's a lot of them out the money. There's about 50,000 more puts out the money compared to calls and in the money and out the money calls. So 661 Max Pain.
Morning, bro.
What's up, buddy?
I'm just ready to make some bread.
Some bread? Today's going to be a tricky day with the amount of news catalysts we have, so just patience. Patience is going to be the game of today. There's going to be a lot of traps and fake outs in the morning session. Cuz Ivy,
I got a feeling we're gonna. We could still go up, but I got a feeling we're gonna kind of form a little bit of a range before too long, and I feel like the bottom of the range is either gonna be 660.68 or 662.58. Those are both kind of strong levels. If you zoom out a little bit,
662.
and it's really not a bias for the day, but you know, like we typically like take a strong couple legs up, and then we come back down and kind of range around for a week or so, and then take a strong couple legs up. You know what I mean? So just like judging off how SPY's moved the last several months, I feel like we're going to come back and maybe chop around. We chopped a little bit just above 662, and then we formed that kind of like a downward wedge to 660, and then we have taken off ever since then, which was Friday, I think. That's when we touched just below 660.
I think
That might not happen.
I think if they run this empty pocket today, they'll probably retrace a good majority of yesterday's range. I agree with you on that. But we could stop at like 665 area and bounce.
Yeah, I think 664.89 is what I've got marked out, which was like the top of, what was this? The 18th. Was that Thursday?
What's previous all-time
Thursday.
high?
Yeah.
What was previous all-time high?
That was 664.89. If we're not, I'm not looking at pre-market though. I'm just looking at the 15-minute chart.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's see, Monday. That was yesterday, wasn't it? So yeah,
Previous
before Monday's all-time high was that 664.
80s, yeah. 85. 85, 89. Yeah.
So that might be support if we break this pre-market. Would you call this
I lost you. What'd you say?
oh no, I was just trying to zoom out. So I mean, would you call structure still bullish until we break 666.11? That low at the beginning of yesterday's aftermarket.
Yeah, so I have a line at 666.13. That's where I'm expecting a bounce. If they break through that and retest and start rejecting off of that area, we have nothing until 665.30s. So that's our pocket right there.
Yeah.
If you zoom out and look at the 5-minute chart, we could still pull back to that 665.30s to 664.80s area and make a higher low on the chart to continue higher. So I don't want to get overly bearish unless we completely just go vomit mode today. I have a feeling that there's going to be a sideways chop game today because of the amount of news catalysts we have.
Yeah.
So we'll see. QQQ has sloping resistance currently, but QQQ SPY, they're both just hanging out at the top sideways, consolidating sideways in a less than $1 range. So between 666.13 to 666.90s is our little box. This box here. This is this box.
I mean, basically the box of where the high and low of pre-market.
Pretty much, yeah.
They could just chop around in there, maybe go a little above or a little below to shake people out.
I just don't like how we have back-to-back news. We have
I saw Powell times Trump speak.
so we have 9:45, 2 red folders at 9:45. Trump is on at 9:50. Then we have an orange folder at 10, and then Powell's on at 12:30. So premiums aren't actually as bad as I expected them to be. We'll see if they increase. We'll see if they increase the IV, but they don't look as bad as I expected them to be. I'm looking at same days. Same days look fine.
See what it says for Max Payne on the unusual whales.
Probably 661. You're in A team?
It says 665, but it looks put heavy.
Look at the freaking power. Oh. Bulls are here. That's for sure. Let's see if they do a fake out or not. QQQ's looking weak. SPY's looking like they have power. Bears, it's the holiday, the Jewish holiday. Plus, I owe Dimitri for last week. I was traveling. He covered my ass, so he's taking some time off. I think it's the Jewish New Year or something. Albert was talking about it yesterday. SPY looking like they have power. Bulls are here.
WM's very bullish. Must be the reason the Qs are not pulling on SPY as much.
Yeah, I agree, Bears. We haven't really taken any time off since we started this. I know I haven't. I know Dimitri rarely take time off. I just feel like out of my element traveling around, and that was the only thing. It was hard. I don't really want to go anywhere until I either see them start taking out this demand, this strong demand at 666, Or if they just fucking go blue skies today and continue north, we'll have to see. Q's is still sideways. SPY's looking bullish. They're going to have to set a trap at some point today. We're at pretty much at all-time highs, so the trap is either we take out supply and look like we freaking are going to rocket north and then put in a reversal candle, or sideways consolidation and get the bears loaded in and continue north. The reason why I think that is because there isn't a lot of puts, or there isn't a lot of calls in the money. There's much more puts out the money, so. What was Max Payne saying? Did you do it in the unusual whales?
Yeah, it says 665. But the chart looked put heavy, so yeah, it definitely could just go sideways and maybe end $1 down from where it's at.
This is sloping resistance here. I'm not going to participate in this. I don't want to get trapped 2 minutes into market open, so they're breaking through. QQQ's at sloping resistance. Poking through. Look at the power bulls have, man. And it's so dangerous to chase calls at the top, you know?
Yeah, 667.29 was the high yesterday, I think. It's not that far from it.
Q's just put in a nice
on
nasty,
pre-market high.
nice nasty big wick above the body on QQQ. Double top is going to be 667.30s. QQQ's pulling back. You could try a put here. Risk to reward. 667. Let's give it one more candle. I like QQQ's down to demand right now. If they slice, if QQQ puts in a like a fresh low intraday, I might jump in puts, but we're pretty much at double top here. Q's wants to go lower. I'm going to try to chase this here. Maybe previous close is going to be my price target. 667 puts. I'll give it to fresh high. So yesterday's highs will be my stop. And I'd like to take profit at previous close. Contracts are slow.
I'm on Top Step.
Yeah, Top Step's nice because you get no theta and you get no burn.
Yeah. I know it's kind of dangerous though, because then I can be like, well, I'll just give it all day, see if it does what I wanted.
Well, Q's is
Q's are.
They just made an intraday low, fresh low intraday. QQQ is pretty much on demand, so this is going to be crucial here. If we get a big nasty bounce on QQQ off of 601.70s, they could drag SPY up. If they break through this demand, I'll pretty much guaranteed I'll at least get previous close on SPY. And if they slice through previous close with butter, I'll try to hold on to these. There we go. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I should have took it.
A fucking big wick below the body, though. I'm going to take half off. I got to pay myself. These premiums are not really moving.
Missed our shot, man. I should have fucking cashed out at the bottom of that wick, it looks like. Like you said, that previous close, perfect.
I want to see if QQQ actually takes out the floor here. If they take out the floor, we should get some continuation past previous close. But definitely take your profits when you start seeing profits today. I do expect them to do a lot of bullshit fake out candles. My premiums are barely moving. I only have 5 cents here. Q's looking like they want to go lower. POC's here. This is still sloping resistance, but QQQ is on demand. If Q's holds this here and they start reversing out of this, we're gonna go double top. So I didn't get out fast enough on that touch of previous close. I only trimmed. I didn't get everything out, so I might go back to full size at 667.30s as long as we stay below. If we just blow the lid off, I'll probably just wash myself out. I'll be break even on the day.
Did you take some are you just in runners?
I took half off on that wick, but I got slipped. Like for 3 cents. Really kind of got screwed on that. But it seems like they're trying to boost up the IV. This is it right here. Double top. If they smoke through this, just get out of puts. I'm going to go back to full size here. QQQ, hopefully QQQ rejects previous close and we get a nice candle back south. I have an 89-cent average. 667 puts. Break even here. Well, $300 red here. Same rule applies. If we touch POC, then I'm going to take half off. I'm not trying to catch a big, ginormous move. I don't know if any of you guys are trading options in this right now, but the premiums are not really moving. I just took some off. Back to green, $400 green. I want to see previous close hit again. But we can bounce off this 666.95. There we go. All right, now I got some money. Now we're moving. I'm gonna take some more off. This is bounce zone 666.95. I'm just down to runners now. See if we continue or not. QQQ's vomit mode. QQQ put in a fresh low.
Nice trade, doctor. Okay, nice one.
This is PCP. What'd you say, Dan?
Trade, nice trade.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, brother. Look at QQQ's chart right now. QQQ's just complete vomit mode. If we lose PCP, we're gonna flush. 666.60s is next price target. I'm just holding 50 runners though. I got 84-cent average. We're at $1.01. Look at QQQ, man. I'm not fucking leaving. Look at QQQ. One more candle. Oh yeah. Come on. One more candle. Big red candle. Let's do it. I gotta take it. I'm out. I'm all out. This is where Qs could bounce. $1,700. That was a little messy. You see the big divergence on the Qs and SPY now? Everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Qs broke major demand 601.70s and they're at bounce zone. So basically, QQQ is at the same bounce zone that would be on SPY at 665.30s. That's where QQQ's at. If 666.60 gets cleared out, I might chase puts. 666.60 to 666.13. I hate saying 666 all day. That's going to piss me off. But as of right now, I'm just going to wait. We got news in... Oh, we have news in 2 minutes. There's a 9:45 news, right? Yeah, there's 9:45 news. So if you guys are in a trade, I would start looking to get out of it. I wouldn't hold through news because we could do anything essentially. Nobody knows what news is going to bring. I know right now it's looking like the best put because Q's broke major demand, but I'd say in the next minute or so, start taking your profits if you're still in puts. I'm all cash. Thank you, Bears. Yeah, PMI. There's 9:45, 9:50, 10 o'clock today, so it's going to be a mess today. I think as the day progresses, they're going to increase IV. My contracts really weren't moving today, and I caught the top twice almost. But if you actually zoom out and look at the chart, we're in less than $1 range, so... Give it 30 seconds. News candle. Is anybody in? I would definitely exit if anybody's in.
And a little bit back them down. I stopped out when SPY made that higher high, and I was in puts, and I got some of it back off that bounce, but still down a little bit. My top step account.
Here's the news candle. It's not really doing anything. You didn't double at yesterday's highs?
No, I mean, I was in 3 contracts. I could have added 2 more.
Yeah, that's
Probably
dangerous.
should have added 2 more. But
Well, if they blew the lid off, then your stop out, you'd have no cushion left. That's the scary part. Already sitting in 3, you know?
yeah,
Sometimes I traded the top step and I would just hammer 5 contracts at a time. And if I was wrong, stop out quick and just try to catch a candle. It's just, if you get caught, it does damage, does a lot of damage.
but you said you just gotta have a great entry, like right on the floor. And if it goes below this, I'm stopping out.
Right.
Just now on that bounce, I had a shitty entry.
Man, this
Wanna
is
make
looking
it
like
back.
they want to vomit, but I don't know. QQQ's telling me a completely different story than SPY right now. So my main concern is that Q's is just looking for some liquidity and they want to take it north. Because look, you see the power on this candle here? Just this one candle. You see how much power there is here?
Yeah.
It's dangerous. I'm gonna let this breathe a little bit. Either we take out pre-market high or intraday high, double top from yesterday's high, or we start breaking back down below 660, 660. I'm not gonna touch this range anymore. I don't want to get trapped. So just interesting what Q's is doing.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much below pre-market low. So if they go bang their head on that flush more, then SPY will probably be close to the top of this range. Might be a good put play. Just SPY's in the middle of this little box. I don't really want to fuck with it.
My concern is Q's is looking for liquidity, and you're going to see a V shape coming on Q's. If we go up to 601.77 on Q's and reject there and try to go for a fresh low, that would be confirmation that they're going to go south. But Trump's about to come on in 4 minutes, so I'm probably just going to wait, guys. It's not worth it. Let them trap first or do some drama. As of right now, strong demand 660, 660s. Very strong demand, 660, 660s. I'd put a line there on your chart. Good game plan, A-team. I know you wrote that at 9:30, but I got my little cushion out of the way, so now I could be more patient and wait for a better setup.
Like 667.25 to 667.30 on the 15-minute chart. Like the last 2 days, we've been hitting that and going down every time.
Yeah, but they already proved today that it's a good short. If they hang out up here and make it look like resistance and they break it, we're going to go vacuum mode again, just like yesterday where they just started the algo and took off. So that's my main concern. Once you try to short all-time highs once and it works, I wouldn't touch it a second time. QQQ is almost at their floor, so this is going to be important here. If Qs rejects their floor, or they flip it and get back into this channel. If they flip it, then VWAP and previous closes next on QQQ. As of right now, it's rejecting. Trump is coming on in 30 seconds, so no trade for me. I don't trust this now. We're sitting at the tippity top of all-time highs. And President Trump's about to speak. Does anybody know what he's talking about today?
No idea. I don't even know what the fuck a flash PMI or whatever the news event was. What was it, flash?
It was flash services and flash manufacturing.
I don't know what that means.
It measures a level of diffusion index based on surveyed purchasing. Dude, honestly, fuck if I know either. I just don't want to be in a trade when it happens. It says actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Our forecasted was 52.2 and our actual came out lower. And for flash services PMI, came out lower than forecasted. So not good for currency, which the way the fucking market works, man, good news is bad news and bad news is good news. So
I was to say, I swear sometimes they just want a catalyst.
yeah, it's just when I see a folder, dude, it just means don't be in a trade when the folder happens. I try not to look too deep into the details because at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter. Market goes where it wants to go regardless. So oh, he's speaking to UN? Is he going to pull a famous Trump and just be an hour late and we're all going to be sitting here waiting for something to happen? What the hell were we waiting for? What were we waiting for the other day where he was like an hour late?
I don't know, when the news was running the camera and it didn't even... I think it was
Yeah.
Jackson Hole.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. He's taking a shit, playing Block Blast on his phone. The whole world's waiting for him. Q's is looking bullish now. We have supply at 601.67. SPY's at the top. Looks like they're going to try to poke through. I have no levels above us. There's nothing above us. So if they go, the chart's going to look like yesterday. And we just got to wait for them to start putting in cycles if they go north today. Like I said, there isn't really there wasn't a lot of call holders, according to Max Payne. There was more puts out the money, so, and all the puts in the money were just probably completely steamrolled today, so there isn't really much of a reason for them to take this thing down far. I think market wants 700. We're not that far away.
I think we get 700 before too long. Like, the market's a freight train right now.
Yeah. Everybody thought 600 was a stretch, and look at when we were at 480, everybody was like, oh, it's going to take forever to get back to 600. There we go, all-time highs. QQQ still at that floor. They didn't flip that floor yet. That would be nice. Anybody know if Trump started? Let me check YouTube. Nothing yet.
And fatigue.
I don't want to put the volume on because copyright.
This looks like it's just sitting still. I think it maybe touches that floor and bounces back up. Let's see.
QQQ is still rejecting that 60160s area. I want them to get the hell out of this range. I want SPY to get the hell out of this range. We're in a 50-cent range on SPY. I want them to do some drama, trap something. I'd love to try to do a call off of 660, 613, but if that breaks, there's nothing below. Q's wants to go lower. This is bounce zone on SPY, previous close. It's big divergence between QQQ and SPY right now. I would love a 1% move, bears, and I would hope it's to the south side, because if we continue north, I'm not going to have any levels. It's going to look like yesterday's chart, and you're just at that point you're just guessing when to get in, you know. So if you look at yesterday's chart, they made a freaking lower. They went from if you look at 147 yesterday, what they did, they were making higher highs and higher lows, and then they made a lower low, and then they went and made a higher high. It's just, yesterday was just steamroll express for the puts. QQQ is still looking weak, man. It's just dangerous to chase puts here on SPY. This is bounce zone.
I looked at those calls we got yesterday at the bottom when we hit high a day yesterday, and they went from $1.34, $1.35 whenever I got in to $5.25.
Oh, I know. I would never hold that long, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, they weren't moving fast enough when I was holding them, and then I'd get spooked out and just take my 10 cents, you know, which is what I'm supposed to be doing anyway. And then, you know, it just kept rolling, and I couldn't find another good entry.
I know. There was one other entry that I saw that I'm pretty sure I did try was it was right here. when we broke that floor, we made like a little floor at 11 o'clock and we broke the floor, rejected it. I remember trying puts there and then they flipped the floor again and I stopped out. And that was it. Other than that, it was just bullish, bullish, bullish. I feel like they're fooling this demand here at previous close because the Qs is just complete vomit mode. There they go. I don't want to chase. I don't know if the Qs are looking for liquidity to put in a big nasty bounce. There are bulls here. It's not that bulls are hiding. They are here. I saw the power today, so 666.60s is going to be crucial. If they break 666.60s, then we got a small bounce zone at the 41. And then our major demand, 666.13. Trump is not speaking yet. I don't know who this guy is. I don't want to put the volume on though, because get copyright. So if Trump speaks at 9:50 and he's late, and Powell's supposed to speak at... No, I don't think he'll be that late. That would suck if Powell and Trump were on at the same time. Lots of weakness on the Qs, but SPY is looking for a higher low.
I was gonna say, man, I feel like SPY's gonna do that bullshit where it makes a lower low and then shoots back up to a higher high.
Well, that's what's concerning. The more we go down on Qs right now, once Qs finds liquidity, there's going to be a nasty big V-shaped bounce. And if SPY stays above that major demand, I could see them just taking the ride with Qs whenever Qs finds buyers. As of right now, QQQ is looking completely weak. Vomit mode weak. We're stair-stepping down. We're breaking through floors, retesting, rejecting. We just broke through PCP at 601. Rejected. So right now it's extremely weak.
It chopped around. If you look at yesterday, there was a lot of chop between 599.69 and where it's at right now on Qs. So whether it finds support on the top of that chop or the bottom of that chop, I think you're right. I think there could be a bounce coming in. I don't like how we're just pinned with wick above, wick below. I want to see us get out of this range. This is POC on QQQ. Let's see if they flip this or not. If they flip this POC and take off with power, there's room to triple top here. 667 calls. I'm in 667 calls. Let's see if they continue or not. I'll give it to the 200. If they crack the 200, then I'll just stop out. I wouldn't touch this yet. It's just sideways. We haven't really moved. Looking for QQQ to try to push through POC, and that should drag SPY up to a triple top, hopefully.
crack it? You're going to hold this. Looks like sellers are here. I have an 84-cent average, 667s. I'm not going to even hold it to 660, 660. I'll just stop out if they flip this, unless it's a fast candle. And then I'll try it again at 660, 660. But as of now, everything's starting to look like it wants to roll over. Yeah. Let's see if this is a fake out or not. Nope. I'm gonna stop out. I just got fucking steamrolled. 2,400 bucks. This is demand. I'm gonna change my contracts. 666. See if this is a fake out. I'm gonna try it again here. If they reject this floor, they're gonna continue lower. I want to see if this is a fake out where they break the floor and then bounce and try to reclaim previous close. Looking to at least get my loss back on that candle. There we go. $200 rejects, that's where I sell. If they flip the 200 PCP, I trim, and then I'm going to try to hold for a bear trap. I'm back to green. Is he speaking, Norville? No, still not speaking. I got a $1.23 average on 666 calls. Looking for a bear trap. There we go. All right, I'm going to take some off now. This is supply. This is POC. I'm down to 100. I'm going to hold 100, see if they completely bear trap and flip VWAP now. Looks like QQQ found buyers. I fucking knew they were going to do this. I just got in too early.
I said it, bro. They're going to do a lower low and then fucking do a higher high.
I knew they were going to do this. I just got in too early. I'm holding 100. I'm going to go down to 50 here. This is where they can reject. Oh, yeah. Look at this, guys. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go down to 50. $1.23 average. We're at $1.48. I'm just holding 50 runners.
We could reject at 601.67 again.
That's exactly what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for Qs. Let's see if QQQ actually makes a lower high here to make a lower low, or if QQQ tries to flip VWAP. If Q flips VWAP, I'm not leaving my SPY calls. This is where you go majority of your position. This is where you take majority off, though. I'm just in runners. Even if we go to low a day, I won't flip red. That 10:05 candle was power. It was bullish power. I don't know whoever the fuck's talking right now. If the 200 cracks, I'll probably take the runners off and profit. Looks like Q's wants to fire it up. Looks like QQQ wants to fire it out. I mean, we're just basically pinned at where we opened today. We're not getting big cycles. It's just we're overextending on one side and then it's coming back to the middle and chopping. So looks like Q's wants to do a lower low from here. I'm going to take my runners off. I'm all out. To $1,900 green. I got fucking steamrolled 2,400 on that red candle. And then back to 1,900 green. Biggest thing I'm watching for a momentum trade right now is QQQ pushing above VWAP and reclaiming that floor, 60160's floor. And if that happens and I see SPY start pushing through 667, I'll chase momentum from 667 to a triple top. But it's only 23 cent. I'm sorry, Chris. If you look left, we have demand here. That's the problem. And I feel like what they do. Oh, Donald speaking. Donard. Yeah. Am I allowed to stream this live or no?
Very much appreciated.
I don't know, man. I see people doing reactions and shit, but I never know, what's getting taken down or.
All right, let's stream it.
And I don't mind making this speech without a teleprompter because the teleprompter is not working.
Teleprompter's broken.
I feel very happy to be up here with you nevertheless.
All right,
And that way you
Donald
speak
speaking. I would say
more
just
from the
wait,
heart.
guys.
I can only say that whoever's operating this teleprompter is in big trouble.
If you're in calls, I would take your calls off at triple top. Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do, Bears. I don't know if they're gonna rip this thing around first or what, but we're at all-time highs,
Hello, Madam
And
First
Q's
Lady.
is looking for buyers. So if
Thank you
buyers
very
step in
much
on the Q's, we should
being
start
here.
taking off.
Madam President, Mr. Secretary General, First Lady of the United States.
Teleprompter's
distinguished
broken.
delegates,
Puts.
ambassadors, and world leaders. 6 years have passed since I last stood in this grand hall and addressed a world that was prosperous and at peace in my first term.
Oh, there we go.
Since that day, the guns of war have shattered the peace I forged on 2 continents. An era of calm and stability gave way to one of the great
I wouldn't short this,
crises
guys.
of our
This triple
time.
top here.
And here in the United States, 4 years of weakness,
Because
lawlessness,
if QQQ
and
hits the gas,
radicalism
they're going to break out.
under the last administration delivered our nation into a repeated set of disasters. 1 year ago, our country was in deep trouble, but today, just 8 months into my administration, we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, and there is no other country even close. America is blessed with the strongest economy, the strongest borders, the strongest military, the strongest friendships, and the strongest spirit of any nation on the face of the earth. This is indeed the golden age of America. We are rapidly reversing the economic calamity that we inherited from the previous administration, including
Seems like he's
ruinous
reading
price
off of a
increases and record-setting inflation.
piece of paper
Inflation
now.
like we've never had before. Under my leadership, energy costs are down, gasoline prices are down, grocery prices are down, mortgage rates are down, and inflation has been defeated. The only thing that's up is the stock market, which just hit
Uh-oh.
a record high.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
It hit a record high 48 times in the last short period of time. Growth is
I'm waiting
surging,
for the biggest red
manufacturing is
candle
booming.
ever to come in.
The stock
He's
market,
talking about
as I
stock
said,
market hitting all-time
is
highs.
doing better than it's ever done. And all of you in this room benefit by that. Almost everybody. And importantly, workers' wages are rising at the fastest pace in more than 60 years. And that's what
Can we get a fact check on that? I don't think inflation's
4
beaten.
years of
He
President
said that
Biden,
we beat
we had
inflation.
less than $1 trillion
I
of
don't
new
think so.
investment into the United States. In just 8 months since I took office, we have secured commitments
Yeah.
and money already paid for 17
I'm paying $6 for a loaf of bread. I don't know about inflation getting beat.
Trillion, 8 months, much more than $17 trillion is being invested in the United States, and it's now pouring in from all parts of the world.
Randy, I know you guys are feeling it.
The largest tax cuts in American history and the largest regulation cuts in American history, making this once and again the best country on earth to do business. And many of the people
We're
in
still
this room
pinned on
are
where we
investing
opened. I don't.
in America, and it's turned out to be an awfully good investment during
$4.55 a gallon. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
In my first term, I built the greatest economy in the history of the world.
I was in Oahu during COVID, though. It was disgusting.
History of the world. And I'm doing the same thing again, but this time
See if the Qs
it's
can break
actually
out of
much
this
bigger
range right here.
and even better. The numbers far surpass my record-setting first term. On our southern border, we have successfully repelled a colossal invasion, and for the last 4 months, and that's 4 months in a row, the number of illegal aliens admitted and entering our country has been 0. Hard to believe. Because if you look back just
He forgot he's at the UN.
ago, it was
Nobody
millions and
understands what
millions
he's
of people pouring in from all over the world, from prisons, from mental institutions, drug
He's like,
dealers.
I got our gas prices down. Everybody's like, we don't care.
They just poured into our country with the ridiculous open border policy of the Biden administration.
This is the problem with Trump, dude. He starts talking and he just goes on a rampage and just talks. He just talks and talks and talks. I think it makes it 100 times worse that he doesn't have a teleprompter.
Than that, you know what that means. I want to thank the country of El Salvador for the successful and professional job they've done in receiving and jailing so many criminals that entered our country.
QQQ. If I see QQQ flip VWAP and start taking off, I'm pretty convinced we're gonna make a fresh high, all-time high. So
And they're all
that's
being
kind of what
taken
I'm
out.
waiting for right now. There's
have
this
no choice.
little chop that we're in
And
is
other countries have
is
no
just
choice
stay away
because
from
other
it.
countries are in the
If you
exact
could try to catch the top or
same
bottom of this box,
situation with
if you guys are
immigration.
looking at my screen,
It's destroying your country.
this is the best area to try
you
longs
have to
and
do
shorts, but I
something
would be
about
more
it.
skeptical trying
On
to
the
short
world
all-time
stage,
highs.
America is respected
Looking
again
for longs is safer
like
as
it
long
has
as
never
there's
been
buyers on QQQ.
respected
If
before.
Q's is going full vomit
Think
mode, I
about
wouldn't be trying to look
2
for an
years
entry
ago,
here
3 years ago, 4
in
years
calls
ago, or
either.
1 year ago.
Let them break.
We were a laughing stock all over the world. At the NATO summit in June, virtually all NATO members formally committed to increase defense spending at my request from 2% to 5% of GDP, making our alliance far stronger and more powerful than it was ever before. In May, I traveled to the Middle East to visit my friends and rebuild our partnerships in the Gulf and those valued relationships with Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE and other countries are now, I believe, closer than ever before. My administration has negotiated one historic trade deal after another, including with the United Kingdom, the European Union, Japan, South Korea, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, and many, many others.
Doesn't look like
Likewise,
market wants
in
to
a
do
period of
anything.
just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. You're never going to get them solved. Some were going for 31 years, 2 of them, 31, think of it, 31 years. One was 36 years. One was 28 years. I ended 7 wars. And in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people
China.
being killed.
Yeah.
This
It's talking
includes
about wars
Cambodia
right now.
and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Congo and Rwanda, a vicious violence.
I agree with you, Bears.
Pakistan and India,
Manipulation from everything, though.
Israel and
Lots of
Iran,
things.
Egypt and
The
Ethiopia, and Armenia
this
and
campaign.
Azerbaijan. It included all of them. No president or prime minister, and for that matter, no other country has ever done anything close to that. And I did it in just 7 months. It's never happened before. There's never been anything like that. I'm very honored to have done it.
It's funny
too
looking
bad
at
that I had
everybody
to
sitting
do
here
these
watching him.
things instead of the United Nations doing them. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them.
Ooh.
I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never even received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing.
Now he's talking shit to all of them.
All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen.
Just look
But
like
she's
they're
in
trying
great
to blow
shape.
this range.
We're both in good shape. We both stood. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the 2 things I got from the United Nations: a bad escalator.
Bro, he's like
and a
Brick
bad
from
teleprompter.
Anchorman. He just says
Oh, dude,
whatever
he's
looking at.
Thank you very much.
I love Leo.
And by the way, it's working now. Just went on. Thank you. I think I should just do it the other way. It's easier. Thank you very much. I didn't think of it at the time because I was too busy working to save millions of lives. That is the saving and stopping of these wars. Later, I realized that the United Nations wasn't there for us. They weren't there. I thought of it really after the fact, not during these negotiations, which were not easy. That being the case, what is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous, tremendous potential.
That seemed like a direct insult to everybody there.
Up to the potential.
That he's trying to end wars and nobody picked up the phone and offered to help.
What they seem to do is write a really strongly worded letter and then never follow that letter up. It's empty words, and empty words don't solve war. The only thing that solves
Market
war
is
and
completely
wars is
sideways,
action.
guys. Completely sideways.
Now, after ending all of these wars, and
If you look at the
also
bodies of these candles, there's
negotiating
nothing
Abraham
here.
Accords, which is a very
2-3 cent
big thing for which
sideways candles,
our
bodies,
country
and wicks
received
above
no
and
credit,
below. I would
never
just
received credit.
stay away. We need to
Everyone
wait for
says that I
some.
should get the Nobel Peace
wait for some
Prize
drama.
each one of these achievements. But for me, the real prize will be the sons and daughters who live to grow up with their mothers and fathers, because millions of people are no longer being killed in endless and unglorious wars. What I care about is not winning prizes, it's saving lives. We saved millions and millions of lives with the 7 wars. And we have others that we're working on, and you know that. Many years ago, a very successful real estate developer in New York, known as Donald J.
Is that what happened, Norville? I didn't know
I
that.
bid on the renovation and rebuilding of this very United Nations complex. I remember it so well. I said at the time that I would do it for $500 million, rebuilding everything. It would be beautiful. I used to talk about, I'm going to give you marble floors. They're going to give you terrazzo. I'm going to give you the best of everything.
Demand 660, 660. Let's see if we crack it this time.
But they
QQQ.
decided to go in another direction, which
Sideways.
was much more expensive at the time, and which actually produced a far inferior product. And I realized that they did not know what they were doing when it came to construction, and that their building concepts were so wrong, and the product that they were proposing to build was so bad and so costly. It was going to cost them a fortune. And I said, and wait till you see the overruns. Well, I turned out to be right. They had massive cost overruns and spent between $2 and $4 billion on the building and did not even get the marble floors that I promised them. You walk on terrazzo. Do you notice that? As far
This is
as I'm
demand here.
concerned, frankly, looking at the building and getting stuck on the escalator, they still haven't finished the job. They still haven't finished. That was years ago.
What the hell happened with
The
the
project
escalator?
was so corrupt that Congress actually asked me
What is
to
he talking about?
testify before them on the tremendous waste of money, because it turned out that they had no idea what it was, but they knew it was anywhere between $2 and $4 billion.
I'm not going to go long off of this. I'm not going to take a trade while he's talking. I'm going to wait until
They had
after.
no idea, and I said
Let
it
the
cost
market
much more than
digest.
$5 billion. Unfortunately, many things in
I
the
just hope he
United
doesn't
Nations are
freaking
happening
babble
just like
for
that,
another
but
hour.
on an even much bigger scale, much bigger. Sad to see whether the UN can manage
What's the
to
purpose of him
play a
speaking out?
productive role. I've come here today to offer the hand of
As of right now, it seems like the purpose of him speaking there is just to talk shit to everybody that's there.
In forging a safer,
But
more
I
prosperous
don't
world.
know. I'm waiting for him to say some more shit about the stock market if he does, or if he says something stupid. I don't want to be in a trade, so
Within our reach.
just waiting. We're sitting on demand right now. QQQ is also pretty much sitting on demand.
And work together to confront some of the greatest threats.
Yeah, Norville, that's
There is no more serious danger to our planet today than the most powerful
Could you
and
imagine?
destructive weapons ever devised by man, of which the United States, as you know, has many. Just as
That
I
would be
did in my
hilarious.
first term, I've made containing these threats a top priority, starting with the nation of Iran. My position is very simple. The world's #1 sponsor of terror can never be allowed to possess the most dangerous weapon. That's why shortly after taking office, I sent the so-called
that's funny, Norville.
a letter making a generous offer.
Are you guys listening to
Extended
this or
a
no?
pledge of full cooperation
Yeah.
in exchange for
I'm listening to it through you,
a
through your.
suspension of Iran's nuclear.
Oh, you can hear it on mine?
The regime's answer was to
Oh, nice.
continue their constant threats to their neighbors and U.S. interests throughout the region, and some great countries that are right nearby. Today, many of Iran's former military commanders, in fact, I can say almost all of them, are no longer
Demand's breaking.
with us. They're dead. And 3 months ago, in Operation Midnight Hammer, 7 American B-2 bombers dropped the 14 30,000-pound each bombs on Iran's key nuclear facilities,
are doing
totally obliterating everything.
Midnight Hammer.
No other country on earth could have done what we did. No other country has the equipment to do what we did. We have the greatest weapons on earth. We hate to use them. But we did something that for 22 years people wanted to do. With Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity demolished, I immediately brokered an end to the 12-day war, as it's called, between Israel and Iran, with both sides agreeing to fight.
Looking for a bounce
Fight
on 666.10.
As
Yeah,
everyone
let them
knows,
go. I
have
want to see if
also
Q's
been
puts in a
deeply
fresh low,
engaged
because if
in
they break this
seeking a ceasefire in
666
Gaza. Have to
10 area that you're talking about, 13 floor, there's nothing below.
Unfortunately,
So
Hamas has repeatedly rejected reasonable offers
I want to see if Q's puts in a fresh low and tries to go vomit mode, and maybe we'll slice through that 666.13 area.
Continued conflict.
Looks like
Some
bulls
of
are
this
starting to give up a little bit.
seeking to
But
unilaterally
we
recognize
had
a
2
Palestinian
pretty
state.
strong bounces
The
straight back to
rewards
triple top today,
would be too
so
great
just
for
keep that in
Hamas
mind.
terrorists for
Chasing
their
puts,
atrocities.
I'd
This
be
would
very
a reward for
cautious
these
chasing
horrible
puts and be
atrocities.
very cautious chasing breakouts,
Including
because
October 7th,
today's the type
even
of day
while
where
they
they do a lot of
refuse to release
traps.
the hostages or accept a ceasefire.
Seems like they want to
Instead of
just keep the
giving to
price
Hamas
controlled.
And giving so much, because they've taken so much, they have taken so much. This could have been solved so long ago. But instead of giving in to Hamas's ransom demands, those who want
A-Team,
peace
you want to know the worst part about it? They
united
knew
with
that
one
those
message.
B2s were coming,
Release the
and they did
hostages
not
now.
hear them coming.
Just release the hostages there.
I was watching a video of like the people, the flight guys, when they go through their pipeline for flight school, and they get
Thank you.
their
As we have got to
assignment for
come
what plane they're
together,
going to be flying
we will
on.
come together. Gotta get
And
it
they did
done.
one for like the
We have to
B2 guy.
stop the war
It's
in
pretty
Gaza
cool.
Immediately, we have to stop it. We have to get it done. We have to negotiate. Immediately, have to negotiate peace. We got to get the hostages back. We want all 20 back. We don't want 2 and 4. As you know, I got, along with Steve Witkoff and others that helped us, Marco Rubio. We got most of them back. We were involved in all of them. But I always said the last 20
Q's
are gonna
is
be the
hanging out
hardest.
at the
That's
lows.
exactly what happened.
Bulls look
We
like
have to
they
get them back
are not
now.
here
We don't
on
wanna take
SPY.
out 2, and then another 2, and then 1, and then 3. Have this process. No, we want
I'd
them
like
all
to
back,
see them
and we
take
want
out
the
sloping resistance on
actually
QQQ and
38
try to
dead
take a run
bodies
to
back
VWAP
too.
again. If
Those
they do,
barracks
I
came
might
to me
chase
and they want
along
them back, and they want them back very quickly and
to
very badly.
PCP.
As though they were alive, they want them. They want them every bit as much as if
Sloping
their son
resistance on
or
QQQ.
daughter were
See if they
alive.
flip.
I've also been working relentlessly, stopping the killing in Ukraine. I thought that would be, of the 7 wars that I stopped, I thought that would be the easiest because of my relationship with President Putin, which had always been a good one. I thought that was going to be the easiest one. But you know, in war, you never know what's going to happen. There are always lots of surprises, both good and bad.
I'm in
Everyone thought Russia
666
would
calls to
win
see if we
this war in 3
can get a
days,
touch to previous close again.
but it didn't
Looks
work
like
out that
QQQ's
way.
trying to roll through.
It was
Sloping
supposed to be
resistance.
just a quick little skirmish.
It's going to be a close trade, not much here.
It's making them look bad. No matter what
Like
happens,
2-3
from here
cents
on
on
out,
this.
this was something that should have taken.
Contracts are not really
matter of
moving
days,
today. It's because we're in
certainly
such a
less than a
tight, tiny,
And
tight
they've been fighting
range.
for 3.5 years and killing anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 young soldiers, mostly soldiers, on both sides.
Not
Every
much
single
money
week,
here.
from 5,000 to 7,000 dead young people, and some in cities, much smaller numbers, where rockets are shot, where drones are dropped. This war
QQQ's flipping,
would
sloping
never have started
resistance.
if I were president. This was a war that should have never happened.
Let's see if they can
It
punch their
shows you what
VWAP.
leadership is, what bad leadership can do to a country. Look what happened to the United States, and look where we are right now in just a short period of time. The only question now is how many more lives will be needlessly lost on both sides. China and India are the primary funders
just talking
of the
about China.
ongoing war by continuing to purchase Russian oil. But inexcusably, even NATO countries have not cut off much Russian energy
No money here.
and Russian energy products, which, as you know, I found out about 2 weeks ago, and I wasn't happy. Think of it. They're funding the war.
Q's is above sloping
against
resistance. I'm
themselves.
still in calls. I didn't get spooked out
Who the
yet.
hell ever heard of that one? In the event that Russia is not ready to make a deal,
I have a
join the war,
$1.22
then
average.
the United States is fully prepared to impose a very
like volume's
strong
coming
round
in.
of powerful tariffs, which would stop the bloodshed, I believe, very quickly. But for those tariffs to be effective, European nations, all of you are gathered here right now, would have to join us in adopting the exact same measures. I mean, you're much closer to this. We have an ocean in between. You're right there. And Europe has to step it up. They can't be doing what they're doing. They're
POC,
buying oil and gas
QQQ.
from Russia while they're fighting Russia.
This is demand.
It's
SPY.
embarrassing to them. And it was very embarrassing to them when I found out about it, I can tell you that. They have to immediately...
These candles are like
cease all
freaking less
energy
than 10
purchases
cents. That's
from
the
Russia.
problem.
Otherwise, we're all
I
wasting
don't like
a lot
holding,
of time.
but
So I'm ready to discuss this. We're going to discuss it today with the European
I'm down 2
nations,
cents here.
all
Just
gathered
see
here.
what happens.
Sure, they're
660,
thrilled to hear me
640s
speak
gets
about
taken
it,
out. I'll
but
probably
that's the
take a
way it
loss.
is. I like to speak my mind and speak the
QQQ's
truth.
above POC and
As we
strong
seek to
demand.
reduce the threat
I want to see
of
QQQ try to
dangerous
flip
weapons today,
VWAP,
I'm
and
also
then my
calling
price
on
target's going
every
to be
nation
previous
to
close
join
on
us in
SPY.
ending the development of biological weapons
It's probably
once and for all.
10 cents on my
And
contract, if
biological is
that.
terrible, and nuclear is even beyond, and we include nuclear in that. We want to have a cessation of the development of nuclear weapons. We know, and I get to view it all the time. Sir, would you like to see?
We're spending
I
too
look
much
at
time here at
weapons
this demand.
that are so powerful that we just can't ever use them. If we ever use them, the world literally might come to an end. There would be no United Nations to be talking about. There would be no nothing. Just a few years ago, reckless experiments overseas gave us a devastating global pandemic. Yet despite that worldwide catastrophe, many countries are continuing
Oh, we could
to
100% end the world, but the
research
problem is,
into
dude, once we
bioweapons and
try to end the world, everybody else is going to try to end the world.
This is
And then it's just,
unbelievably
everybody's going to turn
dangerous.
into mist.
To prevent potential disasters, I'm announcing today that my administration will
We
lead
proved
an
during COVID that we
international effort
need the world
to
shipping us
biological
shit.
weapons convention,
Yeah.
which is going to be meeting with the top leaders of the world.
But if you think about our like nuclear subs that we have
That everyone can trust.
placed
Hopefully the
strategically
UN can play a
all over
constructive role,
the world
it will
underneath the
also go
ocean that
one
go
of
out
the
on
early
these, they go underway for
projects
6
under
months at a
let's
time.
know
Nobody
that
even knows where they are,
people are saying
you
it
know.
could be one of the great things ever.
And most of those
but it also can be dangerous, but it
nuclear
can be
weapons on
put
those
to
subs, they
tremendous
can
use
go
and
5,
tremendous
6,
good.
7,000
This would be an example
miles.
of that.
They can
Not
reach
only is the
anything.
UN not solving the problems it should too often, It's actually creating
Pretty
new
scary to
problems
think about
for
if
us to solve.
it came to
The best
that.
example is the #1 political issue of our time, the crisis of uncontrolled migration. It's uncontrolled. Your countries are being ruined. The United Nations
I'm gonna
is
double
funding
here.
an
If they
assault
take
on
this
Western
floor out, I'll
countries
just take a loss.
and their borders. In 2024, the UN budgeted $372 million in cash assistance to support
There's no
an
money here.
estimated 624,000
Market's not moving enough to make
migrants
money.
journeying into the United States. Think of that. The UN is supporting people
I like
that are
QQQ
illegally
above
coming into the
POC.
United
If
States,
QQQ
and then we
loses
have to get 'em
POC and
out.
goes for fresh low, SPY's going to make
The
a
UN
fresh
also
low.
provided food, shelter, transportation,
It's my
and
only
debit
concern.
cards to illegal aliens. Can you believe that? On the way to infiltrate our southern border. Millions of people came through that southern border. Just a
Yeah,
year
I think
ago, millions
I don't
and
think
millions
market's
of
going to
people
go
were
anywhere. I
pouring
could
in.
see them going
25
back to
million
previous close,
altogether
kid.
over the 4 years of the incompetent Biden administration.
But if
And
they lose
now
this area right
we have
here,
to
then our
stop,
next demand is going to be
totally stop.
660, 613.
In fact,
That's
they're
going to
not
be our
even
next
coming
bounce zone.
anymore because they know they can't get through. But what took place is totally unacceptable.
Right now,
The UN is
weakness.
supposed to stop
Every
invasions,
pop we've
not create
rejected.
them.
QQQ's
and
just
not
sideways
finance them.
pinned at the
In
bottom.
the
So
United States, we reject the idea
Every time
that
we get a
vast
big
numbers
green
of
candle,
people
it
from
flips
foreign
before the
lands can
minute's
be
over.
permitted to travel
Yeah.
halfway around the world, trample our borders,
as long as
violate
QQQ
our
hangs in there, I'll
sovereignty,
stay in
cause
this. But
unmitigated crime, and
if
deplete
QQQ
our
loses like
social
697, I'll probably get spooked
We
out
have
of holding calls.
reasserted that
I got a
America
$1.15 average.
belongs
We're at
to
a
the American
$1.02.
people, and I encourage all countries to take their own stand in defense of their
Just poked a new lower low.
citizens as
It
well.
looks like there's some
You have to
strong
do that
sloping
because
support on these
I
lows.
see it. I'm not mentioning names. I see it, and I can call every single one of them out. You're destroying your countries. They're being destroyed. Europe is in serious trouble. They've been invaded by a force of illegal aliens like nobody's ever seen before. Illegal aliens are pouring into Europe. Nobody is
QQQ's
and
breaking
nobody's
POC.
doing anything to change it, to get them out. It's not sustainable. And because they choose to be politically correct,
Best
There's
area to
just
try calls is going to be
absolutely
660,
nothing
613. As long as Q's holds that 697, I would say.
I look at London where you have a terrible mayor, terrible mayor.
Expect them to do a bounce. They've been
It's
trapping
so
all day.
changed.
Every time they put in a
So
fresh low, they
changed.
do a nice bounce. So
Now they want to go to Sharia law. But you're in a different country. You can't do that. Both the immigration and their suicidal energy ideas will be the death of Western Europe
I'm still in.
if
I didn't
something
get
is not
spooked
done
yet.
immediately. They cannot.
Flipped right on the
This
day though.
cannot be sustained. What makes the world so beautiful is that each country is unique. But to stay this way, every sovereign nation must have the right to control their own borders. You have the right to control your borders, as we do now, and to limit the sheer numbers of migrants entering their countries and paid for by the people of that nation that were there and that built that particular nation at the time. They put their blood, sweat, tears, money into that country, and now they're being ruined. Proud nations must be allowed to protect their communities and prevent their societies from being overwhelmed by people they have never seen before with different
I need Q's to
customs,
start stepping on the
religions,
gas to drag
different
SPY back
everything.
up. I got a $1.12
Where migrants have
average.
violated laws,
We're at
lodged
98
false asylum
cents.
claims, or claimed refugee status for illegitimate reasons.
I think it's
should,
about
in
to
many
bounce. There's a
cases,
lot of little.
be
This
immediately
is the
sent
bottom of
home.
that chop.
I
And
just
while
don't want them to
we always have a
overextend
big
past
heart
this
for
floor
places and
like they're
people
probably
that are
going to do
struggling
right
and
now
feeling
and spook me out and
compassionate,
then do a bounce.
answers
Well,
will
if they go too much lower, there's a
given.
pretty empty pocket.
We have to
Yes,
solve
there
the
is.
problem, and we have to solve it in their
If
countries,
they crack
not
that, then I'll
create new
start
problems
getting
in our
spooked out,
countries, and
but
we are very helpful to a lot of countries
I flipped
that
right on the
are
day.
just not able to send their people.
Oh
in.
man, that blew up my top
We
step
used to
account.
send them to us in
Doubled,
caravans of
and
25,
then it went
30,000
lower.
people
And
each.
I think it's gonna
These
bounce
massive
now. I think it
caravans
just
of
wanted
people
to
pouring
stop me
into
out.
our country, totally unchecked and unvetted.
Fucking head north.
Not anymore.
Sorry,
According to
Joey.
the Council
Sorry,
of
Matt.
Europe in 2024, almost 50% of inmates in
Yeah, it
German
sucks.
prisons were foreign nationals.
I had about 300 more bucks. I think
Austria,
it would have been
the
fine
numbers,
because I do think it's about to bounce.
53%
I mean,
of
66.
people in
Oh, you only had a $300 drawdown?
from places that
That's like
No, I said if I had about $300
Ugh.
more, you know what I mean? Like if I had about $300 more, then it would.
Switzerland, beautiful Switzerland, 72% of the people in
Because I do
prisons
think
are
it's
from
what it does.
outside of
just to me, it seems like we're gonna stay in this previous
prisons
close
are filled
range,
with
and if we
so-called
head back up to
asylum
previous
seekers
close,
repaid
I'll be more than
kindness, and that's
fine.
what they did. They repaid
We're at
kindness with
$1.
crime.
I'm down 11
It's time
cents
to
here.
end the failed experiment of
QQQ.
open
Oh, we're at the very
Afghanistan.
bottom of the box. That's where I just need to be better with my entries,
I'm
man.
really
Like
good at
I'll
this
have a
stuff.
good feeling of
The
what's going to
countries
do,
are
but I'll
going
get
to
in way
hell.
too early.
Well, if you want to start early, just start
America
with a
was
smaller
taking
size
bold
so you
action
can
to slowly
add to
shut
it.
down
That's all.
uncontrolled migration.
Yeah,
Once
should
we
have started
started
with one instead
detaining
of
and
two.
deporting everyone who crossed the border,
If they reject this
and
floor
removing
right here,
illegal
though,
aliens
it's also
from the
not going to be
United
good.
States, they simply stopped coming.
We got
They're
this
not coming
floor
anymore.
where we
We're getting
kept
a lot of
bouncing
credit, but they're
here,
not coming
660, 640.
This was a
So
humanitarian act.
If it busts
all
this
involved
floor and then
because
just dump
on the
south, I'll
trips
be
up,
real glad I was in town. So not
Thousands
my
of
actual
people a
account.
week were dying. Women were being raped.
too many news catalysts, and
Nobody's
the
ever
market's
seen
not
anything
moving.
like
The market's in a
raped,
freaking less than $1
horribly
range.
Beaten, raped. On the trip up, the journey up.
Every
it was
time
a
we
long,
tried to make a low today,
it was
they
a long
bounced.
walk. It was a long, arduous journey, indeed.
My
It
main
was also
concern
a
is if
historic
QQQ loses
victory
that
against
601
human
area, then
trafficking
they're going to try to run empty
throughout the
pocket.
region. What we did was a victory, and we saved so many lives of people that wouldn't make the journey. That journey was loaded up
This
with
is
death.
demand here. This is strong demand.
Loaded up with death. Dead bodies all
Look
along.
left. Look at pre-market. Look
all
at
along
yesterday.
the roads of jungles. To get up, they go through jungles. They go through areas
it's
so
bounced
hot
here a
you
lot.
couldn't breathe. They were dying of suffocation. Areas so hot that you couldn't breathe. Dead bodies all over. By them not coming, we're saving tremendous numbers of
All right, come on. Let's
lives.
bounce.
My people
Say
are doing a
something.
fantastic
Say something,
job
Trump.
doing what they did, and the American public agrees with it. I mean, I was very proud to see this morning I have the highest poll numbers I've ever had. Part of it is because of what we've done on the border. I guess the other part is what we've done on the economy. Joe Biden's policies empowered murderous gangs, human smugglers, child traffickers.
Problem is, I'm
drug
trying to force
cartels,
trades in this market
prisoners
conditions right now,
from
and they're
all
not
over the
favorable to day trading,
Previous
scalping.
administration also lost nearly 300,000
Our
children.
candles are
Think of
too
that.
small.
They lost
Even though we're getting these little micro
300,000
cycles,
children,
if you
little
actually look at the
who were
price,
trafficked into the United
these candles
States.
are less than 10
the
cent
Biden
candles, so
watch,
you need bigger
Many
moves
of
to
whom
make
have
money.
been raped, exploited, and abused, and sold.
And when a decent sized normal move comes in, it's going to look ginormous after we're staring at this chart with 10 cent candles all
many
day.
others, young children who are missing or dead. And
I
we
need them to
found
flip the
a lot of these
660,
children,
640
and we're
floor.
sending them back, and we've been sending them back to their parents. They said, nobody knows who they are. They said, where do you come from? And they'll give us a country, and we'll find out, and we'll figure it out, and we'll bring them back to their homes. And the mother and
I
father
don't
rushed
know.
to the door,
Let me
and
look,
with
kid.
tears in their eyes. They can't
No,
believe
just-
that they're seeing their
just
son
showing-
or daughter, their little son or
Showing
daughter.
Donald. Come on, let's get a
We've
fucking
got
bear
almost
trap again.
30,000 of them
We
so
got to get
far.
above this floor.
Any system that results in the mass trafficking of children is inherently evil. Yet that is exactly what the globalist
I'm
migration
gonna go
agenda
watch the rest
has
of this
done.
on
It's
TV,
what it's
man.
all
I'll see
about.
y'all in chat.
All right.
Hopefully
In
everybody
America, those
stays
days,
green to
as
make
you
some
know,
money
are
after all
over. The
this.
Trump administration
All right, buddy.
is working, and we are continuing to work to track down the villains that are causing this problem, and also, as I
QQQ
said,
finally pushing through
get back
above
the
VWAP now. I'm
30,000
staying in this. I'm not
who've already
leaving.
returned. Now I think we're gonna have another-
See how
we're gonna
far we
find a
go.
lot.
Sloping
Not gonna find
resistance
all
is
of them.
approaching.
300, more than
660, 660s is
300,000.
going to be a trim target for
They're
me.
lost or they're dead. They're lost or they're dead
There we go.
because of the animals that did this. To protect our citizens,
Previous
I've
close
also
is most likely
designated
where we're going to
multiple
end up.
savage drug cartels as far as and you see this, and you see it happening right before
I'm going to take
your
some
eyes.
size off here. This is our
Let's put it this
previous
way,
floor
people
that we were
don't like
dancing around
taking
on
big loads of drugs in boats
from
anymore.
9:30
There aren't too
and
many boats that are
9:45.
traveling on the seas by Venezuela. They tend not to want to travel very quickly anymore.
QQQ.
And we virtually stopped drugs
QQQ.
coming
Big
into
green candle came
our
in on
country by
QQQ
sea.
also.
We call them the water drugs. They kill hundreds of thousands of people. I've also designated multiple savage drug cartels as far as foreign terrorist organizations, along with two bloodthirsty transnational gangs, probably the worst gangs anywhere in the world, MS-13 and Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua is from Venezuela, by the way. Such organizations torture, maim, mutilate, and murder with impunity. They're the enemies of all humanity. For this reason, we've recently begun using the supreme power of the United States military to destroy Venezuela terrorists. And
Bulls are here on the
networks
Qs.
led by
See if they continue or not.
Nicolas Maduro. To every terrorist thug smuggling poisonous drugs into the United States of America, please be warned that we will blow you out of existence. That's what
Yeah,
we're
look at the
going to
Qs though, Joey. QQQ's above
let it
this
happen. They're
this
destroying-
box.
I believe we lost
And SPY's
300,000
below.
people last year to drugs. 300,000.
Interesting.
Yeah,
what
that's
they're
weird.
doing.
All
Even-
left other drugs.
NQ is
Each
still in
vote
the
that we
box.
sink
Like
carries
just
drugs
they
that would
they
kill
just the tip out of
more
it
than
and right back into it.
25,000 Americans. We will not let that happen.
I'm looking
Energy is
at,
another area
if you
where
look
the
at my
United
screen,
States
I
is
have
now
mine a little bit
thriving like
smaller
never
where we
before.
spent the most amount of
We're getting
time.
rid of the falsely
Like these
named
overextensions,
renewables.
I'm not really paying attention to. I'm
By the
I'm
way,
looking at this right here. This
They're a
between
joke.
six
They don't work.
697 and
Too
60140s.
They're not strong enough to fire up the
If
plants
we're
that
inside
they
this,
need
we're
to
not
make the
going
country
nowhere.
great.
If we're above, if we can
The
validate
wind
above
doesn't blow
60140,
those
we
big
should try to take a
windmills
leg
are
up.
so
If we reject
pathetic and
601, we're going to stay lower.
so expensive to operate, and they have to be rebuilt all the time, and they start to rust.
Well,
and
I'm up
rot.
$14, $14.50.
Most expensive energy ever.
I'm
conceived.
sitting in this
Naturally,
until
energy
something
is
happens.
supposed to make money with
My
energy,
P&L has
not
just
lose
been up
money.
and
You
down
lose
all
money,
day
the
now.
Governments have to subsidize. You can't put them out without
Yeah,
massive
you're long.
subsidies.
Yeah, I
And
sold
most
some
of them are
off
built
when
in
we went up to
China,
the
and I give
50 and
China a lot of
rejected, but
credit. They build them
I'm still holding
for a few
150
wind farms.
contracts, and
Crazy that they
I'm
build
back
them
to
and they send them all over the
175 bucks
world,
green
but
on the day.
they barely use
You don't
them.
think they're gonna
You
take
know
this
what they
out,
use
go,
the
or
whole-
If I see QQQ below 601 and reject 601, then
Almost
yeah,
anything, but they don't
there's an
like
empty
wind.
pocket below.
They sure as hell like selling the windmills.
yeah?
Europe,
I
on
could
the other
potentially
hand, is
see
a
them
long
like
way to
running
go
through
with
this
many
floor to
countries
spook
being
all the
on
bulls out and
brink
then
of
hitting the
destruction
reverse gear and
because of the
pumping up, but I wouldn't
energy
want to try to go
agenda. I
long
give a lot of
underneath
credit to Germany.
666.13. It's a
Germany was
dangerous
being led down a very sick
dangerous to go long underneath that.
path, both on immigration.
'Cause there's
Yeah,
nothing
we got to get
below us.
below that.
Energy.
That's
They were
what
going
I'm waiting
green,
for.
and they were going bankrupt. And the new leadership came in, and they went back to where they were, with fossil fuel and with nuclear, which is good. It's now safe. And you can do it
Looks like
properly.
Q's wants to go lower.
But they went back to where they were.
It's gonna be a
They
bullshit day until Powell
opened
starts
up a lot of
speaking, I
different
believe.
plants,
I
energy
should have just
plants,
took my
energy
profit and
producing
shut it
plants,
off.
and they're doing well.
I had
give
like
Germany a lot of
over
credit.
3,000.
They've said
back
this
to,
is
like,
Are you green on the
disaster
tape, though?
what's happening.
Yeah, I'm only green 300
We're going all
bucks.
green,
I'm
all
sitting in
green.
this letting I'm
It's
riding
all
the
bankrupt.
cycles because these
That's
candles
what
are
it
so small.
represents. And
These candles are
it's not
Yeah.
politically correct. I'll be very
that's the
careful
problem,
what
dude. When we
decide
have
to
these
say,
really
but
tiny
I'm here to
choppy
tell the
days,
truth.
it
I'm
looks
just
like a
saying
regular
it's
chart,
good.
but if you actually look at the
I'm in New York
price,
City. I'm
the
feeling
candles,
a
the
lot
price of the
safer.
candles,
Crime,
these
we're getting
candles are
crime down.
really, really
And
small.
by the
They're only
way,
10,
speaking of
15
crime,
cents.
Washington, D.C.
So if we do get a big
Washington,
move,
D.C.
it's going to look
is
ginormous.
the crime capital of America.
Meaning
that's
if,
true.
if we
Now
take
it's
out this
after
demand and
12
run this
days,
empty pocket, it's
it's
going to go
totally
$1, but it's going to
safe
look
city.
ginormous on the
Everyone's going
chart.
out to dinner. They're going out to restaurants. Your
It's
wife
gonna
can
be
walk down
huge.
the middle of the
It'll
street
be huge.
with or without you.
This is
Nothing's
demand on
gonna happen.
Qs.
My people have done a fantastic job, and yes, I called in.
I
the
took
National
Friday's
Guard,
expiration because of
and
all
the
the
National
fucking
Guard
cop.
took
I didn't
care of
want to get
business, and
burnt
they
up.
weren't politically correct, but they took care of business.
That's why I'm not
Trump-
making any money.
I want Trump to stop speaking so we can
1,700 career
maybe get
criminals
some
out, brought 'em back to where they
price
came
action.
from, the
It seems like
countries where they
everybody
came
just
from,
doesn't,
put 'em
nobody
in
wants
jails.
to. There's buyers and
Washington,
sellers, but it
D.C.
just
is
it seems
now
very,
a
very
totally
controlled.
safe city again.
Just put a
And
fake
I
tweet out
welcome
under
you to
Trump's
come
name
back.
saying
We'll have
tariffs.
dinner together at a local restaurant.
Yeah, it's going to make
And
the
we'll be
market go
able to
down.
walk. We don't have to go by an armored plated vehicle.
Q's is
We'll
breaking
walk
through
right
that
over there
strong
from the
demand.
White House. They've given up
If we
their
lose 666.13, it's
powerful
empty
edge. A lot
pocket.
of the
I just don't
countries
want to
that we're
get
talking
caught in the
about,
trap.
oil and gas, such as
The
essential,
market's moving so slow,
closing
I
the
could
great
potentially
North
see them
Sea
taking
oil,
out this
the North Sea, I know so
666.13 and
well.
then putting in a nasty big
Aberdeen
bounce
was
candle.
the oil capital of
Running it
Europe,
back up.
and there's
Yeah.
tremendous
But
oil
as of right now,
that's
this
been
is where
found in the
bulls are
North Sea.
loading. So if they want to trap the bulls,
Tremendous
they
oil.
flush it
I
out
was
from
with the
here.
Prime Minister I respect and like a lot, and I said, "You're sitting with the greatest asset." They essentially closed it by making it so highly taxed that no developer, no oil company can go there. They have tremendous oil left, And more importantly, they have tremendous oil that hasn't even been found yet.
I'm red.
And
$400.
Tremendous asset for the United Kingdom. And I hope the Prime Minister is listening because I told it to him.
This is empty
3 days
pocket
in a
if
row.
they
That's
do
all
it.
he heard. North Sea oil, North Sea, because I want to see them do well. I want to stop.
I just feel like they might because they went up and retested those levels
English
from
countryside
930,
with
945.
windmills and massive solar panels that go 7 miles by 7 miles, taking away farmland. But we're not letting this happen in America.
I see sloping support on
1982,
QQQ.
the executive director of the United Nations Environmental Program predicted that by the year 2000,
Windmills?
climate change would cause a global catastrophe. He said that it will be irreversible as any nuclear holocaust would
I'm just
be.
going to double here.
This is what
And if
said
they
at the
lose
time.
this floor, then I'm out.
What happened? Here we are.
I'm 400 bucks, 700 bucks green on the day. I'm down 1100 on this
We
position.
wiped off the map.
Just
by
see.
global warming.
If they take this
Not
floor
happening.
out, then I'll just sell.
You know, it used to be global cooling. If you look back years ago in the 1920s and the 1930s, they said global cooling will kill the world. We have to do something. Then they said global warming will
Problem
kill
is this
the
floor
world.
looks so
And
obvious
it started
now.
getting cooler. So
It's
now
very
they've got this
obvious
called
for them
climate
to
change
try to get the
because
bulls
that's what
lined
you
up
get.
here and then take the floor out.
Climate
So
change.
as soon as we pump a little bit, I'm going to take
whatever
some
the hell happens, there's climate
take some
change.
size off. See if I can
It's the
continue to
greatest con
hold.
job ever perpetrated on the world, in my opinion. Climate change, no matter what happens, you're involved in that.
There we go.
No more global warming, no more global.
All right, I'm back to
cooling.
break
All of
even with
these
my ad. I'm going to take my
predictions
ad
made by
back
the
off.
United Nations and many others, often for bad reasons, were wrong.
Okay.
They were
I'm
made
back
by
to
stupid
regular
people
size.
that have cost their countries fortunes, and yet those same countries no chance for success.
I'm just going to hold 100 contracts
You don't
now.
get away from
97
this green scam.
97 cents is my break
It's going to
even,
fail. And I'm really
which
good at predicting things, you
is
know?
a little bit
During
above
the
low of
campaign,
day.
They had a hat, the best-selling hat. Trump was right about everything, and I don't say that in a braggadocious way, but it's true. I've been right
I'm
about
back to 1,400 bucks on the day, so I'm just
I'm
going to
telling you that if you
We'll
don't
let
get
this
away
ride
from
out.
the green energy scam, your country is going to fail. And if you don't stop people that you've never seen before, that you have
You see
nothing in
3
common with, your country is
rising
going to
bottoms
fail.
on QQQ, Joey.
President of the United States, but
Yeah.
I worry about Europe. I love Europe. I love the people of Europe.
I see rising
hate to
bottoms on
see
QQQ and
They're
major
being
demand on
devastated
SPY.
by
So
energy and immigration.
I'll stop out at
This double-tailed
660,
monster
675.
destroys everything in its wake, and they
It's a
cannot
top of 1031.
let that happen.
Oh, you're in
any longer.
puts.
You're doing it because you want
Yeah,
to
I've
be
been in
nice.
since they
Oh.
rejected orb.
You want to be politically correct, and you're destroying your heritage. They must take control strongly
I'm still
and
green,
immediately of the
$50.
unmitigated immigration disaster and the fake energy catastrophe.
Stupid.
Before
Oh,
it's
buddy,
too
this
late.
this is probably the
The
lowest
carbon
amount I've made in a
footprint
while.
is a hoax.
I'm up
Made up by
$1,000
people
bucks,
with evil
barely.
intentions.
But if you add in
They're
my
heading down
commissions
a
and
path
shit,
of total destruction. You know, the carbon footprint was a big, big thing.
I see
few
rising
years
bottoms
ago,
on QQQ, and I see
remember
demand
hearing
at
about the carbon
666.13 on SPY. So
And then President Obama would get into
Till they
Air
take that
Force
out,
One, a
then
massive Boeing
a whole 660,
747,
660s is
and not
going to
a
be
new
my
one,
trim
an
zone.
old one with old
Actually,
engines
I'm going
that
to take some off
spew
here. This is POC on
everything into the
QQQ.
atmosphere. He talked about the carbon footprint.
I'm down to
We
50
must do
runners
something.
now.
Then he'd get in and he'd fly from Washington to Hawaii to play a round of golf. And then he'd get back onto that big, beautiful plane and he'd fly back and he'd talk about, again, global warming and the carbon footprint. It's a
I'll risk
con
like
job.
500 bucks on this
At
trade.
extreme cost and expense, Europe reduced
See if I
its
can
own
hold on to
carbon
this.
footprint by 37%. Think of that. Congratulations, Europe. Great job. Cost yourself a lot of jobs, a lot of factories closed, but you reduced the
I have my
carbon
stop
footprint
set to
by
87 cents. We're at $1.04.
37%.
So I'll risk 500
for all of that
bucks.
sacrifice and much more,
I'll still be green on
it's
the
been
day,
totally
but
wiped
that's
out and
where my
then
stop
some
is.
by a global increase of 54%.
I want them to hit my purple line.
Much of it coming from China and other countries that are thriving around China, which now produces
Rising
more
bottoms,
CO2
still
than
intact
all
on
the
the
underdeveloped
Qs.
nations in the world. So all of these countries are working.
Is he done
so hard
talking
on the
yet?
carbon
Jesus.
footprint, which is nonsense, by the way.
Is this even his
Nonsense.
script?
You know, it's interesting.
It's
In the
probably
United
even
States,
it.
we
This
have
probably
still
he's probably been like
radicalized
done with his little sheet of paper for the last
They
20
want the
minutes.
Factories to stop. Everything should stop. No more cows. We don't want cows anymore. I guess they want to kill all the cows. They want to do things that are just unbelievable.
God, he's talking about killing cows now.
But you know, we have a border strong, and we have a shape, and that shape.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my energy drink. Give me 2 seconds. I'm still in this. I'm holding. I have my stop set.
And if we had the most clean air, and I think we do, we have very clean air. We have the cleanest air we've had in many, many years. But the problem is that other countries, like China, which has air that's a little bit rough, it blows. And no matter what you're doing down here, the air up here tends to get very dirty because it comes in from other countries where their air isn't so clean. And the environmentalists refuse to acknowledge that. Same thing with garbage. In Asia, they dump much of their garbage right into the ocean. And over about a 1 week and 2 week journey, it flows right past Los Angeles. You've seen it. Massive amounts of garbage, almost too much to do.
Okay, I'm back.
Flowing past Los Angeles, past San Francisco. And then somebody will get in trouble because he dropped a cigarette on the beach. The whole thing is crazy. The primary effect of these brutal green energy policies has not been to help the environment.
There we go.
But to redistribute manufacturing.
Let's go, buyers.
Industrial activity from
Start
developed
stepping in here.
countries that follow the insane
660,
rules that are put
660
down
flips.
to polluting countries
I want
that break the
VWAP
rules
PCP
and are
area.
making a fortune. They're making a fortune.
I'm staying in this. I'm just in 50
European
runners. That's all.
Electricity bills are now 4 to 5 times more expensive than those in China, and 2 to 3 times higher than the United States. And our bills are coming
This
way
is
down. You
supply
probably
number
see that
1.
our, gasoline prices are way
If anybody
down.
hit
You know,
calls
we have
off of that
expression,
floor.
drill.
Nós reduzimos os custos de energia porque nós faremos como a expressão, vamos fazer tudo isso.
I don't know why that freaking language just changed. Anybody hear that? Just started talking in a different language. All right, I'm gonna take 25 off here of my runners, and I'm gonna hold 25 to VWAP potential. I'm back to 2450 on the day. Let's see if VWAP gets taken out. VWAP POC. This is the top of the box on QQQ that I just illustrated for you guys. If they get above this, then I could potentially see them trying to flip POC in previous close, but this is about it. This is about as much as we're getting today. 97 cents to $1.18. I'm going to go all out. I am all out. This is the supply box here on QQQ. You guys still with me? You hear me? I don't know what the hell happened with the...
Energy production and
Oh,
scientists.
never mind. He's still
executive
talking.
orders to hunt for oil, but we don't have to do much hunting because we have the most oil of any nation anywhere, oil and gas in the world. And if you add coal, we have the most of any nation in the world. Clean, I call it clean, beautiful coal. You can do things today with coal that you couldn't have done 10 years ago, 15 years. So I have a little standing order in the White House. Never use the word coal, only use the words clean, beautiful coal. Sounds much better, doesn't it?
Still talking.
But we stand ready to provide any country with abundant, affordable energy supplies if you need them, when most of you do. We're proudly exporting energy all over the world. We're now the largest exporter. In the United States, we want trade and robust commerce with all nations, everybody. We want to help nations. We're going to help nations. But it must also be fair and reciprocal. The challenge with
Joey,
trade
are you
is
still
much
holding?
the same with climate.
Or did you get
Countries
dinged out?
that followed the rules,
No, I'm still
all their
holding.
factories have been plundered.
hit your price target,
It's
66.75.
really sad to watch.
Yeah, I know, and I moved it a little bit.
You see this box that I drew on QQQ?
Broke the rules.
You see how we're
That's why the
ping-ponging in
United
between
States
this
is now
box?
applying tariffs to other countries.
I'm using
Yep.
this.
And
I'm
much
using this
as
range
these
as my
tariffs
sell
were,
targets for
many
SPY.
years,
So
applied to us,
when we came up on
uncontrollably
QQQ and hit
applied
the
to
top of
us.
that box, that's when I
We've
sold
used
on SPY. We're
tariffs
right below
as
VWAP.
a defense mechanism under the Trump administration.
I have Friday's
including
expiration, so
our first
if
term,
I
where
go down
hundreds of
$50, I'll
billions of
close
dollars
it,
in
or
tariffs
$40,
were
I'll
taken.
close it. But if
And by
not,
the
I'm
way,
gonna
we had
hold
the
it.
lowest inflation, and now we have very low inflation. The only thing different is that we have hundreds of billions of dollars.
He's talking about inflation now. Can you guys hear my? Can you hear Trump speaking through my computer or no?
Works for everyone and
Lightly.
is sustainable into the future. We're also using tariffs to defend our sovereignty and security throughout the world, including against nations that have taken advantage of former U.S. administrations for decades.
Oh, kid, he's so far off the script, man.
The most
his script's been done since
competent administration in history.
10:30. He's going freestyle mode now.
Brazil now faces major tariffs in response to its unprecedented efforts to interfere in the rights and freedoms of our American citizens and others.
I'm curious if he's going to start yapping about Powell. That's kind of what I was hoping for. If he starts saying stuff, he's talking about inflation right now, but if he talks about Powell, market might not like that.
I was walking in, and the leader of Brazil was walking out. We saw him, and I saw him. He saw me, and we embraced.
Take a sip every time he says Sleepy
and
Joe.
I'm saying, can you believe I'm going to be saying this in just 2 minutes?
I'm going to need to get like 10 more drinks.
But we actually agreed that we would meet next week. We didn't have much time to talk, like about 20 seconds.
You guys want to do that next time there's an FOMC event, or
Glad I waited.
when Trump speaks, we can do a bingo card and see what he's going to say.
We had a good talk.
I think that would be
and we
pretty
agreed to
fun.
meet next week.
You know how Meet Kevin does it?
But he seemed like a very nice man, actually. He liked me. I liked him.
We can do one that says like tariffs,
And I only do
one that
business
says
with people I
China.
like. When I don't like 'em,
We should do that. We should do bingo.
When I don't like them, I don't like them. But
And if you fill up your whole
we had
square, you
peace for
get
about
something from the
39
store for
seconds.
free.
We had excellent chemistry. It's a good sign. But also in the past, Brazil, can you believe this?
No, for the store, like for a shirt from the store for free. We'll do like a list of words, and then you can make your bingo card
Always defend our national sovereignty and the
during like
rights of
FOMC or a Trump speech.
citizens. So I'm very sorry to say this, that Brazil is doing poorly.
The Powell one would be easy because he's Powell's very calculated with what he says.
They're working with us. Without us, they will fail, just as
We're
others
back at
have
the
failed.
lows.
It's true.
QQQ's
Next year, the
back at their
United
rising
States will
bottoms. Let's
celebrate
see if they
the
break it.
250th
Looks like they're starting to
anniversary
break
of our
through.
glorious independence, a testament to enduring power and
If they break
American
through this,
freedom
Joey,
and
you're gonna
spirit.
get paid, man.
We will also be proudly hosting the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and shortly thereafter
like
the
volume's coming in.
2028 Olympics, which is going to be very exciting. I hope you all come.
This is trim zone
I
though.
hope
This is
that
potential
countless
bounce
people
zone, but
from all over the
QQQ's
globe
breaking
will take
their
part in
rising
these
bottoms.
These will be great celebrations of liberty and human achievement, and that together we all can rejoice in the miracles of history that began in July 4th, 1776.
Those are some nice
when we
tomatoes,
founded
Norville.
Light to all nations.
Nice and hairy.
It's something really that an amazing thing came out of that date. It's called the United States of America.
You're growing that yourself?
In honor of this momentous anniversary, I hope that all countries who find inspiration in our example will join us in renewing our commitment, values, and those values really that we hold so dear together. Let us defend free speech and free expression. Let us protect
Yeah, it seems like he's
religious
wrapping
liberty,
up.
including for the most persecuted religion on the planet today. It's called Christianity. And let us safeguard our sovereignty and cherish qualities that have made each of our nations so special, incredible, and extraordinary. In closing, I just want to repeat that immigration and the high cost
It's a
of
nasty
so-called
wick.
green renewable energy is destroying a large part of the free world and a large part of our planet. Countries that cherish freedom are fading fast because of their policies on these two subjects. You need strong borders and traditional energy sources if you are going to be great again. Whether you have come from north or south, east or west, near or
There
far,
they go.
Every
See if they
leader
get continuation
in
from this break.
beautiful hall today represents a
Bulls
rich
will be
culture,
completely
a
scrambling if they
noble
break this
history,
floor,
and a
though, because
proud
there's nothing
heritage
below
that
us.
makes
This
each
empty pocket
nation
below it is
majestic
665.30s,
and
so
unlike anything else in human history or any other place on the face of the earth. From London
oh, they're
to
doing
Lima,
damage today.
from Rome to Athens, from Paris to Seoul,
They're doing damage
from
today,
Cairo
Shannon.
to Tokyo,
It's going to be a pin
and
day, most likely.
Amsterdam to right here
If
in
they
New
run
York
this empty
City,
pocket,
we
I
stand
guarantee
on
you
the
when Powell
shoulders
comes
of
on, they're
the
going to
leaders
reverse
and
it back to where we
legends,
opened.
generals and giants, heroes and titans who
They're
won
doing
and built
damage.
our beloved nations, all of our nations, with their own courage, strength, spirit, and skill. Our ancestors
This is break of
climbed
structure
the
here.
mountains, conquered oceans, crossed deserts, and trekked over wide open plains. They charged into thunderous
Strong
battles,
demand.
plunged into grave dangers, and they were soldiers and farmers.
I'm not going to go
workers,
long off of this now. I don't
warriors,
trust it.
explorers,
So
and patriots.
let them take the
They
floor
built
out and
towns
dump,
into
see what they
cities,
do.
tribes into kingdoms,
They could take the
ideas
floor
into
out and dump and
industries,
make it
and
look like
small
it's going to
islands into
waterfall and then
mighty
put in a
empires.
nasty big wick bounce.
You're a part of all of that.
But
They
if
were
I was a
champions
retailer,
for
I'd be
the
looking
people
at
who
this
never
area
gave
saying,
up,
okay, this is going to
and
be
who
the best
never,
area
ever
to go
gave in.
long, and then they take the
Their
floor out. I
values
didn't even look at the
defined
put to call ratio. What is it?
identities. Their visions forged
Put to
our
call ratio.
magnificent
Pretty
destiny.
even.
Everybody in this room is a part of it in your own way. Each of us inherits the deeds and the myths, the triumphs, the legacies of our own heroes and founders who so bravely showed us the way.
This is like
Our
a
ancestors gave
25-minute
everything
wrap-up
for
speech.
homelands that they defended with pride, with sweat,
Jeez.
with blood, with life, and with death. Now the righteous task of protecting the nations that they built belongs to each and every one of us. So together let us uphold our sacred duty to our people and to our citizens. Let us protect their borders, ensure their safety, preserve
Joey, did
their
you take some
cultures,
off at that
treasures,
floor?
and traditions.
Are you still
and
holding
fight,
full
fight,
size?
Fight for their precious dreams and their cherished freedoms.
Yeah, I
And
tried
the
to. They wouldn't let me sell a half a contract.
Really,
Oh, you're only in
beautiful
one?
vision. Let us all work
I had
together
two. I
to
took
build
one
a
off. I'm
bright,
holding that one.
I mean, dude, not for nothing, but
planet,
MACD just
planet that we
rejected.
all
It,
share,
it
a
looks like
planet of
they're
peace, a
fooling this
world
floor, and
that
they're
is richer,
gonna break
better,
it
and more
fast.
beautiful
That's
than
what I
ever
would say.
before.
That's why
That
I'm not
can
going
happen.
long off of this.
It will happen.
I don't trust
will
it.
happen, and I
QQQ's
hope it
below
can happen
their
and
little
start
box
right
here
now,
that I
right at this
illustrated
moment.
earlier, so
We'll turn it around. We're gonna make
I
our
could see them doing
countries
some
better,
games here, making it look
safer,
like this is the
more
best area to go
beautiful.
long again,
We're gonna
and
take care of our
and then
people.
run this
Thank you very
pocket.
much. It's been an honor. God bless
But what they do
the nations
after,
of the world.
I don't
Thank you
know.
very much. Bye.
That's the problem. All right, he's done talking. Anybody get anything out of that? Let's see if market starts moving now.
You okay, kiddo?
Yeah, I'm good.
No, my son.
Yeah, I'm good, kiddo.
He's got this nasty cough. I feel so bad for him, dude.
Is it allergies up there? Isn't it allergy season? Well, I came up there, dude. I was freaking sneezing and coughing and sniffly like
No,
crazy.
he's got the same thing as the other one. He's got 102 fever, and he's coughing. And this morning, he's like, it's stuck. It won't come out. And, like, just, mucus buildup. And I just feel bad for the little guy.
Yeah.
But I couldn't miss any more time at work. So Lewis is off today. So I got him sitting at Lewis's desk watching
Nice.
good stuff.
Get them out there. Start selling cars, dude.
Oh, they've already done deliveries. They love it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they love it. They like the charts much more. The charts are more interesting. I think all the red and the green, like, really intrigue them.
You know what I love about trading is every single day is different. You're never going to have the same type of day, ever.
Yeah.
I don't know in the history of the stock market has there ever been an identical day, you know? If you're looking at a 1 minute chart.
I got a customer. Hold on, mute.
I don't have anything here, guys. We're sitting at this demand if you look left, and it's kind of scaring me to try to go long off of it. And I don't want to chase puts at low a day waiting for a breakdown. So there they go. We'll see how far they go if they do it, or let's see if they if they overextend it and put in a nasty red candle and then I see a big bounce, I might try to jump in on a call play off of it to see if they're fooling. But if they get below this 666.13, it's going to be empty pocket, and our first stop is going to be 665.30s. But depending on where QQQ goes, let's look at QQQ. QQQ has room to 600. So if QQQ stops at 600 and buyers start showing up there, then I would expect a bounce on SPY. But market's moving too slow. Unless you want to just hit it with size and try to catch a candle, even still, they're not really paying. I barely got 10 cents today. Let's see if VIX starts creeping up. Just doesn't seem to me like they want to go fast today. There's no reason for them to pull it down because they annihilated all the bears yesterday, and it didn't seem like there was a lot of bulls in profit. Yeah, VIX holds that $16 area. The structure on VIX, it looks okay for it to dump if it holds above 16. Yeah, 1610, 1609. If you look left, but every time we got into like the 30s, 1630s, it just got smacked back down. Just doesn't really seem like they want to go fast. Like look at the from top to bottom, man. It's $1 from the high a day to where we are now. It's $1. It's not. It's very, very tight range. And all these cycles in between, they're like fucking 10 cents. So just kind of be patient, wait for some drama to show up, or just leave it alone. Wait until after Powell starts speaking. Hopefully Powell will start a fire and get the market moving. But to be completely honest with you, I don't want to try to go long off of here. This floor, we're spending too much time at this floor. And if they take this floor out, it's empty pocket. And I don't want to bank on getting into puts at low a day waiting for them to break down. So I got no trade. If we do a big overreaction and take a big nasty red candle down and I see a nice wick below the body for a bounce, maybe I would try the overreaction for a retest of this 666.13 area. But other than that, I'm just gonna try to be patient. I'm only at 2,600 on the day, and I went from red to green like 3 times, so my commissions are gonna be awesome. Where's the little? I'm trying to find that path. Where's path? Path. Here it is. Like this. If they do like a nice overreaction and a wick below, I'll look for a retest here. That's pretty much the only trade setup I see right now. QQQ stuck in a 30-cent box. What time's Powell coming on? 12 or 12:45? 12:35. And if we don't do anything in the next 10 minutes, I'll probably come back after Powell comes on. Good morning. You didn't miss much, Swing. Trump was on, and we're in less than $1 range all day, so. I couldn't hear you if you were talking. It was breaking up.
Okay. No trades yet.
Yeah, I took a couple of trades, went green, went red, went green. The range is way too small. You have to hold and wait. If you look at QQQ is buried sideways at low a day. There was a pretty big divergence between QQQ and SPY this morning. And we had a crap ton of news. Something that I noticed, though, there isn't a lot of calls in the money. And there's barely any calls out the money, and there's a lot of puts out the money. So I don't think they're going to try to run this pocket. If they do run the pocket fast, I can see them just doing a quick bounce. So
That 66620 level is the key, right? I think it's holding that level.
yeah, if you look left, look at yesterday at like 1 o'clock, all these bounces that we had at the 66610, 66613. We have a lot of touch points here for demand. It's just, I hit it. I think I went either once or twice. I went long off of it, and now I'm just skeptical to go long because if they break it, we got this empty pocket. So
Yeah, it's way down. 665 is the first.
yeah, 30s, 665 30s.
Yes.
So I don't know. We'll see. I like to see them come back up to this other floor that we established. 660, 660s. Maybe if we get a rejection there, I'd try a put. But QQQ's heading back to the top of the range. It looks like they're gonna reject the top of this range again.
Yeah, it's a channel down actually, slowly. Looks like.
Problem is there's no money. Contracts aren't moving.
Hmm.
You have to sit and hold them for a minute. I'm gonna chase a put here to low of day. This most likely be my last trade. I'll come back on after Powell talks. I'm extremely late to this. I should have hit it at 666 40s, but yeah, I'm not gonna hold, Joey. Today's not the day to hold. I want low a day to touch, and then I'll sell. Or POC on QQQ. I got.
When does Powell come?
Powell comes on at 12:45, 12:35. Hold on. 12:35 he speaks.
It's better do something good over there at time.
Like even this, I chased this candle and it's still red, and I only have 1 cent of profit here. So, I mean, there's markets, contracts are not really moving. Price is too tight. Best to leave it alone until Powell speaks, and if he starts a fire and the market starts moving around fast, then I'll probably plan to come back on after that. Looks like I'm going to have to stop out of this fucking trade.
IWM is $1. 1% up, almost.
Yeah.
That's why it's holding up. Otherwise, the QQQ is weak.
QQQ is very weak. QQQ started early too.
Yeah.
I'll give this to 666.40. I'll say 666.50. I'll double at 666.50, and then if they continue north, I'll just get the fuck out of it. I don't want to flip red for a third time today trying to trade this crap range. This range is way too tight.
Yeah, its premium is.
Problem is there's tons of fake outs today. They make it look like they're taking the floor.
Yeah.
Like this morning, I kept going long because every time we looked like we were going to sell off and take the floor, they put in a V-shaped bounce.
Yeah.
I just doubled. I got a $1.13 average. We're at $1.08. If we flip this 660, 650 area, I'm just going to stop out. I'm still green $1,500 on the day. Looks like QQQ's at the top of the box.
I feel once Powell comes, it will pop once and then drop. I don't know.
Yeah, unless they take the floor first and get all the bears excited and then bounce it like crazy. I'd like to try to take profit at low a day right now. I got a $1.11 average. We're at $1.09. Holding 250 contracts. Everything today I had to hit with size because I wasn't even making any money.
Yeah, I was watching. I was busy in the morning. Watching, I just moved 10, 15, 20 cents. That's it. Nothing
Yeah.
else.
If they push off of here, I'm probably just going to stop out. QQQ's looking like they're trying to be bullish. I just flipped green. Here we go. You're going to give me low a day? I just trimmed some off. I'm back to my initial entry size, 100 contracts. $1.06 is my average. We're at $1.13. This is sloping support, though. You see rising bottoms here. Sloping support breaks. I'm going to be targeting 666.13. If they lose 66.13, I'll try to ride these as long as I can until I start seeing a bounce coming in. Market today is acting like VIX is at $12. This is not how a market usually likes to act when VIX is at $16. It's interesting what they're doing today. So, give me low a day. Come on. I got 10 cents here on my runners. $0.12. Let's not be greedy. I'm going to take 50 off. I'll hold 50 and then I'll just I'm going to set my stop at the top of this mountain here. So that red line, I'll post. I'm just holding 50 puts. That little red line on the chart, that's where my stop is. If we get above that, then I stop out. I'm just in runners now. $667 puts, $1.04 is my average. love to see them take this floor out. Just doesn't seem like there's any continuation on both sides today.
I think they're putting higher low, right? On 1 minute.
Yeah, we have some sloping support. We had rising bottoms on QQQ too, but they cracked through it and then they trapped. So just doesn't seem like there's continuation on both sides. I'm waiting for drama, and what makes the most sense to me is everybody's looking at this 660, 613 floor, and I'd love to see them like punch through it really fast and then do like a big overreaction bounce out of it. If they continue to bounce off this demand, 660, 613, it's very, very strong demand. Yeah, Jay, today's been a battle, man. It's been super tight. Super, super tight. You need size to make money today. That's the problem. If you look at the contracts, they're moving a few cents. That's it. So unless you have unless you have a perfect entry.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think last 30 minutes, it's even getting smaller actually. So it's gonna go somewhere up or down. Getting thinner and thinner. You see, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Range is getting tight.
Joey, if you can get yourself into a position where you have your stop set and profit and you just don't care about where it goes, that's the place to be in this type of market condition. Because you have to sit and wait for these plays to play out. And if it gets far enough away from your average where you got a little bit of profit on it, just set your stop and just try to let it work. I have my stop set just above this area right here. Actually, I'm going to drag it down just a little bit so it doesn't get dinged out. 660, 650 I have my stop set at. QQQ is looking like they're going to try to break out of this range, but this is supply. So if they reject here, I want to try to sell at 660, 613. That's the target. QQQ is back to supply. If they blast off out of here, I want my stop close. MACD starting to curl up. Every time MACD tried to go into bull territory today, it got smacked back down after 10 o'clock. So wind direction south. It's like watching water boil. This whole entire candle, this big candle, is only 10 cents. From 660, 630 to 660, 640. There's no money today. I want fresh low or equal low. That's where I sell. There we go. Come on. $1.04, we're at $1.18. I'm just going to take it, guys. I'm all out. All right. I'll jump back on after Powell comes on. Are you guys cool with that? I'm not going to sit here through lunchtime, especially a day like today. It's not worth it. If we're getting this price action, lunchtime price action intraday right now, then you can only imagine what lunchtime is going to look like. So 12:45. After 12:30, I'll jump back on. About an hour. I'm going to go grab some lunch, and then I'll come back on. All right, guys? I'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, I'll see you in a little bit.